let's do an overview of how we're going to do the wiring on this. Okay, so here's the thing. Let's move these guys out of the way. All right, now listen. This part here is the main body. This right here is the main body. So what we've done is we take it off one set of the trucks that pick up from the red rail only. As he's ready, and we've redone one truck. Since I've redone one truck, I'm going to go over in a separate video on how to redo these trucks. It's not obvious at first, and no matter how good you think they work, they're not nearly as ready as you think. Okay, so let me show you what we've done so far. Let's get right in there. All right. Now, this is the opposite side. This is the black rail side. This truck and the front trucks happen to pick up from the red rail. This is what we've done here. We put an insulator, and let's get a pointer. We put some phosphor bronze wire that will wipe the two tires, the two wheels on their tires of black rail power. Then we put a little insulator up to a power collector. Okay, we need power collector. We've got to have power collectors. And the reason for that is we're going to go DCC, but that we thought that wasn't going to be so difficult until we figured out this. Okay, so here is the front section. Okay, all right, let's turn them around. Goes on here, and there's a spring-loaded screw that goes in there. Okay, here is the other truck. Put him on here. These two trucks together pick up red rail only, and then they go like this. All right, so if you follow me so far, that's why I got this wire up to the black rail power. Now the problem is we want to also get, we're going to do the same thing on this truck, and we're going to run that wire, hopefully we're going to run it right up to this power collector also. Now that's going to get difficult because we're going to have two wires running up to this guy, and then we're still going to need a wire to run to the master power collector. So we got this guy, and he's got a little wire here that goes in a bracket here. We'll worry about that later. We're going to keep that, and it's going to still be the right way. And then here's our face ripper. We've already got him ready. He's going to fit in just like that. And I wrapped some foil tape around him, so he will be good to go right there. And then we need a 12-tooth gear, which fortunately I just so happen to have a couple. Okay, that 12-tooth gear is going to go on here. The original 12-tooth right here, this brass one, we're not going to use that. We're going to use a nylon or a Delrin gear to turn this guy, and we'll be good. Okay, so now what we got is motor on there, just like that. We're going to try to run that as a piece. If we're successful, we're going to run this as a piece. So we're going to have to find a way to get power to this collector and run it up. And we're going to go to these two tabs, and we're going to get a running motor. Now, so that's how we're going to handle that. And I've got to show you yet how to rebuild these trucks, because they're okay. This truck turns like super freely. It's awesome, everything, but it needs to be taken apart, because there's a whole bunch of old grease in here, which is just crap. We gotta clean that out. And we gotta clean this guy up and get him ready, and then back to the way he is. And then we're gonna have to we're going to have to pull this socket out, because being this close, they're not actually that close, and they get too far apart, and this guy uncouples. Okay, he uncouples from the shaft. We'll fix that, no problem. Okay, so that's where we're at on this. And okay, so then once we get power, we get all the power, we're going to put another collector here. And here is the weight, and it even has the cool KMT emblem on it, but I've just painted the outside camouflage brown. Okay, so he goes on here by one screw. No problem, we got that. It's already fixed. All right. So then we'll get those guys in on their piece in there. And then this back one, look at all the insulators we got here. We got an insulator here, insulator there. This guy's picking up black rail power going up to this motor. So we got to do something about that. We want to keep it all, but we want to also get red rail power, and we want to bring a collector up right underneath here, right in there, just like we just did. And we've got a big old strip. PC board where I've cut a gap in the middle. We can do that. Get them all set, and then we'll be good to go. But we're going to test them individually, make sure that they really work, and then we'll be good. We'll be good to go when they really work. And then we'll figure out, because we're using the Mabuchi face ripper. Now, as you know, the Mabuchi face ripper can run anti-parallel. So that is a consideration we got to take. And we got to figure out if this guy here runs red and black, then we'll be good. We'll go straight across to the other one, and he'll also run red and black. But if he runs in reverse, then we got to reverse it. And then the other one doesn't matter, since it's anti-parallel. We can run anti-parallel straight across. But what we got to do is in here, we're going to have to put a master power collector. Okay, so we'll have the weight. He'll be in there like that. There's a little screw there. And we'll put in some shims or whatnot so we can get a master power collector in there. We've got to collect all the power from all the rails, from all the trucks, all the wheels, everything into right here. Then we've got to figure out a way. I think we're going to stack it. We need a bridge rectifier for our constant lights, and then we need a power collector so that we can put in the decoder. Now the decoder gets attached to one motor only, and then that motor runs across to the other motor. And because it's 266, that should be straight across, anti-parallel, and then decoder. We got to find the correct decoder yet. Don't know what that's going to be yet, but we'll figure it out. And we do that, and then we're gonna have a U50 that runs awesome. This thing already runs awesome. All we're gonna do is collect power from both sides that are currently not collecting power. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna get in one place. We're gonna go up to our decoder, and boom, we got it. Plus, then we're gonna go to a bridge rectifier, to a PC board, and boom, we've got our red lights that we want everywhere. And that's that. And then we should be good to go. So we're getting close. See what happens in a little bit.